Hello learners! In math, we spend a lot of time getting things exactly right, and that's good. If your parents were going to give you $23 to go to the movies, you'd want to make sure you have exactly $23. But if you were getting balloons for a party, asking for about 20 balloons is probably fine. Sometimes we need to be very specific, and other times we just need to be close. To do that, we use a skill called rounding. Let's look at 17 on a miniature number line. Here's 10 and here's 20. If we were going to place 17, it would be here. That's clearly closer to 20. So if we were rounding, we'd say 17 is about 20. If we had 13 instead, well, that's closer to 10. So we'd say about 10. You can imagine this number line actually being a little hill. 6, 7, 8, and 9 round this way, and 1, 2, 3, and 4 round this way. But what about 5? Well, 5 is right in the middle, so it's a little tough, but we round this one up too. 5 and above, give it a shove. So now we know how to round. First, get your number. Let's try 14. Then create your mini number line. You'll need to decide what numbers go on the ends. To do that, you find the next highest 10 and put it here. The next highest 10 after 14 is 20, so we put 20 here. And then you put one 10 less on the other end, so we put 10 here. Then picture your number on the number line. Pop up that hill and see where our number falls. In this case, 14 rounds down to 10. That's great, but what about bigger numbers? Let's say we had the number 236. First, let's take a trip to our place value chart. With the number 236, we have a value in the ones place, the tens place, and the hundreds place. And that means we could round in a few different ways. We can estimate 236 to the nearest tens place, and we can estimate 236 to the nearest hundreds place. Let's take a look. To start, let's try rounding 236 to the nearest tens place. First, we need our handy-dandy mini number line, always there when you need it. Like we saw in our first example, all you need to round is 2 digits, your target digit and its friend to the right. Since our target is the tens place, we need the tens and its friend to the right, in this case, the ones. So we're going to hide this hundreds place for now. Don't worry, it's still there with us, we're just going to hide it for now. Now it's time to set up our number line. Since we are looking at 36, we want this point to be the next tens place higher, so we'll put 40 here. And we want one tens place lower here, so we'll have 30 here. And now we can place our 36 right here. Remember, 5 and above, give it a shove. So 36 is going to round up to 40. But don't forget, this whole time we've been hiding our hundreds place. That means this 36 is actually 236, and this 30 was actually 230, and this 40 was actually 240. So 236 rounded to the nearest tens place is 240. But hang on a second, we also said we could round 236 to the nearest hundreds place. Let's give that a try. All right, handy mini number line, come on back. This time, since we're rounding to the nearest hundreds place, our target is the hundreds place, and its friend to the right is the tens place. So we can wave goodbye to our ones value for now. Remember, it's still there, we're just not looking at it for now. Now we've got 23. So one tens higher will put 30 on this end of the number line, and one tens lower will put 20 on this end of the number line. And now we can put 23 right here. And when our hill appears, it slides down to the left. 23 rounds down to 20. And remember, we were hiding the ones value here. This 30 was actually 300, and this 20 was really 200. So 236 rounded to the nearest hundred is 200. But before we move on, let's explore this last example. Why is 236 rounded to the nearest hundreds place 200 and not 206? Wasn't the 6 hiding here? Why did it become 0? It can be easy to get mixed up on when a number should become 0 with rounding. So let's look at this with our number line again. But this time we won't hide the ones place. When we found the value higher here, the ones place also rolled up. So this actually became 300, and the lower value became 200. When you have your number, identify which place you are rounding to, your target. All the place values to the left of the target will stay the same. All the place values to the right of the target will become 0. Now we're getting it, but hang on, what if we had a really big number? How about 145,871? Let's round 145,871 to the nearest 10,000th. That's a pretty big number, but I'm not scared. Let's give it a shot. Step 1. Draw out a place value chart. Let's make sure we know which value we're looking at. We've got values in the ones, the tens, the hundreds, the thousands, the 10,000s, and the 100,000s. But we want to round to the 10,000s place. So all we really need for now is the target and its friend to the right. So goodbye for now, all other values. Ha, not so scary anymore. Now we're just looking at 45. On to step 2. Let's set up our handy mini number line. This end will be 110 higher, so that's 50, and the lower number will be 110 lower, that's 40. Now it's time to place our number. 45 is placed right here in the center, but remember, when our hill rises 5 and above, give it a shove. 45 rounds up to 50. But we're not done yet, because this 45 was actually 145,871. And that means this lower number was 140,000 and this higher number was 150,000. Remember, all the values to the left of the target will stay the same, and all the values to the right of the target will become 0. So 145,871 rounded to the nearest 10,000 is 150,000. Now you've got all the skills you need to round anything. In fact, why don't you try rounding 145,871 in a few different ways? You could round to the nearest tens, hundreds, thousands, or even 100,000s. Give it a try to keep practicing your skills.